All right, boys, we got something special in the works today for all our bearded listeners. Yeah. Hit it. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Bearded Geeks, the weekly grab bag of topics covering movies, comics, video games, and TV. My name is Jags. I'm the Beard Master. With me today, my co-hosts, Beep Beep, Bobby Baxter, and Patrick Brown, the Dancing Clown.
Yes.
Hey, boys.
Hey.
We just saw It.
We did, Beard
We're going to do a
Master.
review today.
We are.
We had a very good experience, and we've got something special in the works today, but we'll save that for a little bit later.
Yep.
Tell you all about it a little bit later. How you been? How you been? Pat's back, everybody.
Hey.
Hey.
Glad to be back.
How you going, mate? Your hair's growing back.
I missed
It's looking
out.
good.
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm letting it grow.
Can't spot you in
bit
a
more.
crowd now. No more Chrome Dome. Can't spot you in a crowd.
Yeah.
It just blends in.
Getting there, mate.
He does look like he does look
coming
like
along too.
The beard, yeah.
Yep.
Dedicated to the show. I
Says
do
the
it.
guy who fucking bunked off last week.
I do it.
Shave the day of our very first recording.
Do it for you guys. I do it for you guys.
How is everyone? How you going, Bob?
Yeah, I'm alright.
That's good.
Yeah.
How are you, Pat?
Yeah, real well. Pretty good.
Ask me how I am.
How are you, Brent?
Yeah, I'm very well, thank you. Don't
Wasn't.
ever call me Brent. How many times do I have to fucking tell you?
Isn't that your name?
Yes, it is. But I don't like it.
You like me to call you mate or mudder, don't
Just
you?
call me mate. Just call me mate. You've called me mate for like 10 years. Every time. How are you, mate? Yeah, good. Good, buddy.
That
How
is
you
true.
going?
I've never really called you Brent much. Until
It's
like
just
the
like,
last...
I do double take every time he calls me. What the fuck?
I think the last year or two I've become more formal and I'm starting to call people by their name.
Stop being such a grown-up, Patrick.
Yeah.
I gotta loosen up.
I'm pretty good. I had a couple of days off work this week, though, because I had a bung shoulder. I had a bit of a old shoulder injury come back to haunt me. And before you say anything, everyone I've told, they're like, oh, too much bloody milking the bloody snake, are you? Beep that out. I'm like, no. I had a bit of damaged tendon in my shoulder. So I had a couple of days off work, perched up on the couch, I had like 3 pillows like under my arm, perched up. So I'm like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I'm going to watch Game of Thrones like I plan to. In the last 3 days, I've watched 27 episodes of Game of Thrones.
Fucking Jesus.
Good work.
I've nearly finished season 3. I've only got 3 episodes left to season 3.
That's like a season a day, yeah?
Yeah.
That's a good
Fucking
effort.
hell.
The first night, I watched like 5 episodes. The second day, I watched 11 episodes. Yesterday, I watched however many. Today, I only watched 2 because I went back to work today. So,
Intense.
Nice.
oh man, so much stuff you forget about in that show.
Yeah.
Like, I forgot Tywin Lannister came into the show in the first season.
Yeah.
Straight up, yeah.
Yeah.
Real early, yeah.
Yeah, I'm the same. I've
Tywin.
been watching it. I'm pretty much right there with you, I think, aren't I? You're on season 3 now.
Yeah, I've just watched episode 7 today.
Yeah. So I'm rewatching it too, and I know exactly what you mean. Like, just so many things you miss, and you know, I've only seen it the once before, and that was keeping up with it. And
Yeah.
it's actually really nice to watch it episode after episode instead of
It
waiting
is, yeah.
week after week. You can keep track of everything a lot
It's
more.
so easy to fucking binge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
The
That's like- I think
the
we were
names
talking
are
about-
so much easier to fucking place now, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like we had this talk the other day, I think it was with you.
Yeah.
Like the first time you're watching it, you're pretty much playing catch up like,
Yeah.
when you watch it. But now that I've seen it, I'm just finished season 7. I know names, I know places, I know lore, I know history. So
Yeah.
when I go back and rewatch it, I know what people are talking about. I know who these characters are. Like today, I watched Beric Dondarrion fight the Hound. They had their trial by combat.
Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah.
And I forgot Beric had his like flaming sword and shit because Thoros comes over and slices his hand and the blood, and then he runs the blood up the sword and ignites.
Yeah.
And the Hound shits himself. And yeah, that was a great scene. Like where he kills Beric, obviously, and then Thoros brings him back to life. But fucking
And it's
hell,
really
yeah.
cool because you link it, like, even in the first season, and you see Beric when Ned sends him off to go hunt
he's
down
played by
the
a
Hound.
different actor too.
And a different actor. And that
Yeah.
just linking that together, you know who this guy is, even though it's a different actor. But it's just, like, really cool to see it from the first season, isn't it? Like, and then that happened, and, you know, later on, and Yeah, really, really cool.
Isn't it weird, like, seeing a different actor play the mountain as well?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
he's a tall dude, but he's kind of, like, scrawny and bearded.
And a totally different face, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really weird, but yeah, that's good. And seeing Rob and Kat Stark and Ned, and I started watching it, and I was like, fuck, I forgot how much I miss Ned.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the best.
I'm just up to the episode where they slice his head off, and it's still fucking
Yeah.
Rattles
like
me,
a kick in
yeah.
the nuts.
I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
He's such a good character.
I messaged you guys straight after I watched it. I was like, oh, Ned just lost his head, and it's like, it doesn't get any easier.
No, it doesn't. No.
Ugh.
No, real
But
shame.
yeah, it's so much easier to connect dots as you go.
It
And
is.
how, like you said the other week, how fresh and baby-faced everyone is, and
Yeah.
Jon Snow looks like he's bloody 20.
Reignited my hatred for Joffrey again. You kind of like,
Yeah.
because it's been a couple of seasons now, and you kind of he's in the past, and you sort of forget. And now going back and watching these earlier ones, and he's just like, oh man, you were a little shit.
Yeah.
Like I was not wrong in hating you.
No.
Definitely. There was a video someone put up a couple of days ago. It was like they took Joffrey's nicest moments and they cut it into one little montage video that went for like a minute. And it was like watching this video like totally like changes your opinion of Joffrey.
Made him look like
they've cherry picked all his best moments, his nicest moments where he was nice to people.
He looked like a saint.
Yeah. But he's actually a little bastard.
Yeah.
Jamie Lannister in the first season feels like a completely different person as well. Like,
Oh, yeah,
he's
for sure.
real cocky and like
I actually...
sure of himself.
Did you like the first appearance of Jamie? I remember watching the first season not that long ago, a few weeks ago, and I thought he actually seemed like he had quite a different accent or something about him. Like even the acting was different a little bit.
And a lot of it's that haircut too. He's got that real fucking
Yeah.
princey
Yeah, that long
kinda-
hair, yeah.
Yeah.
They've all changed so much.
There was one scene I watched the other day. It was yesterday, and it was Peter Dinklage. And there was this one scene. I can't remember what word he said it was. Unfortunate or understandable, something like that. But he couldn't pronounce it like in English, and his American accent just like slipped through when he said that one word.
Oh, really?
And yeah, and there was another scene today. It was like really bad editing. Oh, it was when the Hound was fighting Beric, and Beric takes a slice at the Hound or whatever. And then there's a scene where the Hound's real frustrated, and he kicks over like some buckets and stuff. And it's like a second he kicks it, and then it cuts to a wide shot, and then it cuts back. Like, this is all in the span of like 3 seconds.
Yeah.
And it cuts back, and it's the same shot of like kicking the buckets. And I'm just like, oh, that was a bit of bad editing there.
Yeah. There was one shot in the very first episode of Game of Thrones. There's a shot of the Hound, and you can tell it was like the pilot episode because in the second episode, directly after that, everyone looks a little bit different. Like Tyrion's hair isn't so straight and golden and weird in the second episode, but the Hound has this massive chunk of fucking hair missing in the first episode, and he's like looking down at the ground, so you just see this kind of like weird big off-center like bald spot, and then in the next episode it's all swept over his face like it is right up until now. Like he basically didn't change from episode 2 onwards. But
And his burn makeup was pretty grotesque in the
full on
first
in the
season.
first yeah.
They sort of I noticed the same with Sam as well. Like Sam's teeth are real like brown and yellow and horrible, but as the seasons go, they generally get that little bit wider.
He looks a heaps different, doesn't he, in the first season?
Anyway, Pat, you've got a bloody cold.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, just
He's
got
a
the end of it
walking
now.
Ball of bloody disease, this guy.
Just got the leftovers now.
the dregs.
I'm pretty much over it now, but yeah, just left with a blocked nose. Yeah, that's why I sound a bit funny, but yeah,
right.
Yep.
Bob,
Yeah.
I've been playing a lot of Dark Souls.
I'm so keen to ask you more about this.
You just should have seen that glint in his eye.
God. Yeah. I listened back to last week's episode during the week while I was working, and I'm like, oh man, we talked a lot of Dark Souls last week, but we didn't even scratch the surface of like what I could talk about that game.
Man, it's a really fucking unique gaming experience playing a Dark Souls game.
Mm-hmm.
We had this chat on the phone the other day. We spoke on the phone and we were talking about like, you die so much in this game, but dying is just like as much a part of it as like, you know, having a shield or a sword, or it's part of the learning curve of the game. Like you get forward a bit, and you learn enemy positions and you die, and then you're like, okay, and then the next time you run through, you've got a better chance, you got, more health, your Estus flasks, and like, I got to the point, I played the second level, the Wall of Lothric, or whatever it was.
Oh, yep, Wall of Lothric.
And I played that all afternoon until I got through it, and I died, and I died, and I died, and died, and died, and died, and died, and died.
Yep.
And I had you on the phone, and I described to you how I played it from the fire.
Yeah.
The up until where I got to the boss, and you're like, yep, I know exactly what you're talking about. I can picture it now.
I was like, yeah, and then there was the two archers on the side there, and then the one guy comes down the stairs, and
you're like, yeah, you run down the stairs. There's two guys praying. I can kill them. Immediately turn right. There's a guy climbing up over the wall. 2 hits, he's dead. Turn left. There's a guy coming up the ladder. Hit him. He'll fall back down. Drop down. Hit R1. You'll kill him. Run straight through. There's a guy up on the roof. He'll mutate, but you can run straight ahead. There's a ladder. Climb down. You get to the bottom of the ladder. There's an archer there that's going to shoot a flaming crossbow at you. So you got to dive out of the way, run over, kill him. There's a guy on the left. Kill him with 1 hit. There's another guy that's coming. He's climbing up the ladder. You hit him. He'll fall back down. Gives you enough time to kill the other crossbow vulture. Crossbow guy. Kill him with 2 hits. There's another guy climbing over. You kill him. And then the other guy climbs back up the ladder, kill him with 1 hit. There's a lot of that.
I can guarantee any listeners out there that have played Dark Souls 3 know exactly where in the game you're talking about as well. It's fucked.
And I was getting... I got to the boss, and I kept dying, and I kept losing my souls, and I was getting really down, and I'm like, I'm either going to quit, or I'm going to have to call Bob for moral support. So I rang you. It was like 4:30 in the afternoon. I'm like, I need a bit of moral support, like... You got to push me forward. I'm at this boss. I'm getting real frustrated. I'm going to quit. Moral support. And you're like, no, we just talked about it. I'm like, right, I'm going to beat him. And then I fought for like another 10 or 15 minutes. I died another 1 or 2 times. And then I text you. I was like, I fucking got him.
Yeah. My boy.
Nice.
But yeah, I'm on the next level, and I'm sort of stuck on the last boss, the tree, or whatever it is that spawns all the little the enemies and that as well. That was tough.
Sometimes you have to almost walk away from the game as well for a little bit and come back with a cool head, and you go, "Oh shit, that's really easy."
Which is why at the moment I'm playing Destiny 2.
Ooh! Before you jump on that,
oh, here we go.
Say all that talk of Dark Souls last week made me fire up Dark Souls 1 on Xbox 360 during the week as well.
And how you going with that?
Good. Started a new character, brand new cleric. Called him Cleric Banner.
I love that. That's awesome.
AKA Uncle Chop Chop.
Chop Chop.
I just had a mouthful of drink when he said that. I'm just going to fucking spit take.
Oh,
that is awesome. Cleric Banner.
Cleric Banner. Going around laundering fucking shit up.
That's awesome.
Well, I'm loving it. I'm in love with the game again. Like, if anyone's played the first Dark Souls, I've just rung the 2 bell towers, the top one and the bottom one. And so now I'm into, like, the meat of the game. Like, the first 2 bells that you ring are kind of like, it opens up all this other, bosses and areas after that to attack. So, yeah. And I've done that in, like, I think all this Souls training over the years has really worked, because I've done all that in like a fraction of the time that took me the first time I played Dark Souls all those years ago.
Good work.
Like, it took me fucking, I don't know what my old save file is, but it's embarrassingly huge, and I'm not even like halfway through the game. I think I'm actually nearly further in the game now with my new character, having played like 3 or 4 nights worth, as opposed to like fucking when I started. So.
Pat, do you think Dark Souls is something that you would maybe try?
Please. Yeah, like, yeah, eventually when I free up a bit, like,
it's the cult of Dark Souls. Like, once you actually get it, you're fucking consumed, and you want
the sun.
You want everyone to fucking play it.
Praise the sun.
Like, you guys showed me a video, or I think Bobby, you shared one, and just looking at the graphics and the gameplay, everything that sold me. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah. But that's, like, very similar, isn't it?
Yeah, very similar.
And, like, that just made me really kind of want to get into it a little bit. Yeah, that's one of those games that slipped under my radar when it first launched.
It's one of those games where you can't go in thinking you're going to play a conventional video game. It's like Yoda. You have to unlearn what you have learned.
Yeah.
And you pretty much just have to learn to play this from scratch, because everything you've learnt about a video game will not help you when you go to play this game.
Is it like Devil May Cry? I know it's not the same theme in that.
No.
But
No,
that,
not at
This
all.
is
like the game mechanics and stuff?
There is no other game like this out
cool.
there.
Nothing.
You've never played anything like this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's in a league of its own. And with the first one, what I'm finding is, because the last one I played was 3, and the level of design is pretty great in 3 and stuff, but I think 1 was like the pinnacle of fucking amazing level design, because there is no teleporting between bonfires until like the end of the game kind of thing. You get like a special item sort of 3/4 of the way through to the end where you can start to teleport. But the rest of the game world is kind of like just getting between each thing.
Yeah.
And the world loops back on itself in fucking amazing ways. Like, you'll go off in one direction away from the central fire, and then 3 hours later you'll find yourself back at that central fire somehow, like, and there's a ladder that climbs up and just like straight directs you to the next area and shit. You're like, holy fuck, how
That's
did
the thing
they
I found
plan
about
this?
that. I found about that game, like, if I can make it to the next bonfire, I feel like I've accomplished a lot. You know?
That's it. Anyway, we'll let you move on, because fucking I could talk all night on Dark
Yeah,
Souls.
I got a couple other just little talking points about things I've done the last week. I'll bring this up first. Last Friday night, my lovely girlfriend came around and we had a movie night after work and a bit of tea, and we watched Moana.
Oh,
That's
really?
good.
Got your Disney on.
And I fucking loved it.
Yeah.
I loved the fucking shit out of that movie. And the songs are stuck in my fucking head. Oh, man. What can I say
I haven't
except
actually
you're welcome?
seen that one.
What?
No.
It's on Netflix, man. You got to fucking watch it.
And I get to watch that like 10 times a day.
That's why
This is my son.
That's why I'm in no rush, 'cause we got a baby on the way. I know I'm going to be.
Oh,
looking at
yeah.
that world
Yeah.
soon,
You'll be
yeah.
going through all
First
the
mention on the show. Bob's going to be a dad.
Yeah,
Yay!
it's getting mighty close now. Yeah,
So in about 2 months, when Bob's not here for about 3 months, you'll know why. Yeah, I fucking absolutely loved that movie. And Kate loved it. Like, as soon as she was done, she got on iTunes and bought, like, the soundtrack, and she's playing it, like, on loop, and I'm walking around the house singing You're Welcome. And Pat, the best thing about that movie for me was Hey Hey, the little rooster.
Yeah. My favourite part's when they're out in the ocean and he has the coconut in his head and she takes it off and he sees where he, like, there's nowhere to go. And then he just screams, like that big chicken scream. I just love that.
The bit where...
Always gets me.
The bit where Maui plans on he's going to eat him as he goes to the island, and he leaves him like the handful of grain, and he's pecking, but he's like not pecking the grain, so he just like pushes his head around to his like over the grain, because there's this chicken or rooster in the movie. It's called Hey Hey Hey. He's really dumb.
Yeah.
And they've got this little like storage hole in the raft, and they put him in that, and he's just like walking back and forward, just like bouncing off there. It's just
It's like a toy robot, just like banging against the wall.
Fuck, it's funny though, man. Honestly, you should really watch it over the weekend.
Disney are fucking on point as far as
and it is
animated
fucking beautiful,
movies.
man.
Oh,
Like,
how good does the water look in the
I was about to say that,
ocean?
yeah. Them songs though, oh, fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Love those bloody songs.
Zootopia fucking blew my mind.
I love
Oh,
Zootopia.
that's
Yeah,
good,
that was
yeah.
great.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's Mason watching at the moment, Pat?
At the moment, what is he watching? Oh, I got him back onto Toy Story, so he's watching all of those
nice.
at the moment. And but some new ones too. Captain Underpants, that new one that came out.
Oh yeah.
That actually looks really good. It's not bad, a little weird, but you know,
Yeah.
That had
a good movie.
super low budget for an animated film. I heard.
Really?
Like they actually
Because they
trying
didn't
something.
pay the animators.
No. Actually, I think I don't know. I haven't
The
heard any
style is
bad
awesome.
blood from it, but
yeah.
I think because it's DreamWorks, I believe.
I don't know. I think so.
But I think they're trying a new tact of like pumping out cheaper movies and more experimental rather than they kind of really big budget stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, cool.
A couple other points before I loop back around to Destiny 2.
yeah,
Bod.
Bod.
I like your bod.
Yeah.
Show me. Take your shirt off. put your pants back on, Bobby. Jesus.
Sorry.
last week we were lucky enough to get a couple of codes for the Call of Duty World War II beta.
Oh, so lucky.
Yeah, we did. And we played it. We played it for about half hour or so.
Yeah.
The three of us.
That's all I gave it.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff that needs to be worked on in that game. Scoping, for one.
Yeah, look, COD players are probably going to fucking love it. Us Battlefield guys,
Yeah.
not really.
I don't like it when I can only sprint for like 20 meters.
Yeah.
Actually, it's more like 10 meters in the game.
It's got that kind of weightlessness, like that kind of, I don't know, super fast-paced, doomy kind of action. Like, that's what I love about Battlefield, is they made the weapons feel old, and like, you know, those kind of World War I era weapons all feel like they got weight and they fire slowly and that kind of thing. And in COD, I found like it was just like bang, 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 like everyone is just going mental. And there's no, like the shotgun, I was shooting the shotgun, I'm like, I could blast out round after round on this thing just constantly, and it'd obliterate half the screen in front of me. Whereas in Battlefield, I felt like the shotguns, you know, they will kill in one hit, but you gotta hope close. That you fucking, you're close enough, and you gotta hope that you hit them the first time, because if you don't, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The weapons, Battlefield is very, like when you get shot, like you can get shot a few times and die pretty quick, but in this, I felt like I got shot 2 or 3 times and that was it. I was dead. Like I was dying, and it was just, I'm not a code guy.
No. The respawns are a lot quicker. I think like I think it's just that type of game. You die and it's got no consequence, and you come back and keep going. And
I don't think I've played it since way back in like the early CODs.
Modern Warfare and stuff.
Way like even before that. Like I haven't played much of them before, you know, early 2000s, mid 2000s.
I don't think it'll be, after playing that, I don't think it'll be a game I'll pick up, to be honest.
I'm intrigued by the story missions. I think
if it
reviews well with the single player, I think I'll buy it, because I'm a sucker for that kind of period war stuff. But I don't see me getting into the multiplayer stuff at all.
No.
And I kind of like the epicness and the size of the fucking conquest matches and stuff in Battlefield. And sort of going back to these little tight corridor, tiny maps with 5 people on either side kind of thing wasn't really doing it for me.
Well, in Battlefield, they're going to bring out the incursion mode soon, which is only 5v5.
Well, they've got like Battlefield's got all those modes in it too, like the team death matches and
the pigeon
rush
fucking thing, and like we never play any of those.
No, I played a few like rushes. They were pretty cool because they're kind of pushing checkpoints.
Not operations though. Fucking hell, you'd be there for 3.5 hours.
Yeah. But I think COD's just a bit kind of weirdly arcadey feeling or something. Like something's just a bit too. It doesn't feel. I don't know. It doesn't feel right. Like they feel like superhumans running around with these guns. They don't feel like soldiers from like how many years ago, or 70 years ago or something. Yeah.
And it's too quick. The snap zooming and that, like people, like when you die, it cuts to the kill cam of the person that's killed you. Like people were snap zooming and like not even like scoping, beg your pardon, snap scoping or whatever. And they weren't even getting like a proper shot, like fully, like they only scoped like 3/4 of the way and then bang and like killing people one after another. And it was just
relying on that.
And the bomb drops as well. Like I got killed by this bomb. Like I'm up in the top right corner of the map and this bomb's dropped in the middle, but as it's going down, you can guide it. So like this guy's, I'm running toward the middle of the map and this guy's just like guiding it up right over the top of me and boom, I'm dead. And they killed me like that 2 or 3 times. But it's cool when there's a bomb drop coming, like your character will be like, there's a bomb, get down, take cover, and you can hear it like coming in. But we had a big gaming night last Saturday. We played a lot of bloody GTA and got no fucking money in game.
Well, Paddy got all the
money. That was a good night.
Nothing.
Paddy got like $500,000 fucking dollars.
Playing the Smuggler's Run.
Playing the Smuggler's Run, and Pat's like, yeah, when we're done, we'll split all the money we earn. Like, So we played it for like 6 hours, and then we got to the end. We're like, yeah, we got like $450,000. I'll divvy it up. Oh, where's the option? Oh, they've got rid of it. Oh,
Rockstar got rid of that like a while ago. Oh,
I honestly had no idea. I was looking
you
through it.
had no bloody idea. Yeah.
And
Oh,
then,
looks like I'll have to keep it all for myself.
And I just did the research and had a look, and it actually said that, Rockstar had blocked that option to share large amounts of money. I was like, that is crap. Because we were going to split, like, we would have got $100,000 each. Easy.
Yeah, in-game money.
From all that.
We fucked around with a couple of races at the end of the night and I earned more money.
Yeah.
15 minutes than I did at fucking like 6
We'd
hours.
be like
did that.
$900 or something.
Pat jumped off, and we did. Me, you, and Mark did another race, and we did this first race, and then we did the second one. You come like first or second or whatever, and Bob was just like, "Well, I just earned more money off that last 5 minutes than I did the last 6 hours playing with Pat."
Oh man, we did so many smuggle missions too.
Yeah. They
Yeah,
were
we
fun
did.
though.
Yeah, it was good fun. It was
Good trying out those new planes, yeah. And I took the leap and got a shark card again.
He did.
Fucking
Bloody
hell.
The next day, I was like, I'll bite the bullet. And I did it. And, souped up this plane and bought, upgraded the warehouse and everything. Like the hangar, sorry. Yeah, good fun though.
Red Dead's going to come out and we're going to be all playing that. And Paddy's like, can we please play some GTA so I can get some use out of my fucking $800 worth of shark cards?
Oh shit. Anyway, yesterday I bought Destiny 2.
Nice.
Yes, okay, we're back.
Now I never played the first Destiny. I came into it too late. Like by the time Destiny didn't get good until the DLCs and that came out. Probably the last DLC.
We played it when it first came out, Paddy and I.
Yeah.
And level 1 to 20 was like we
Yeah,
played co-op
a lot of fun
pretty
there.
much together that whole start to finish of that, and we had a lot of fun with that. I think it was really good.
And we found that it was more the kind of thing where it was
end
fun
game.
building from level 1 to 20, and then I remember after 20 or 21 or whatever, when you reach that, it's just like
It was a grind after
it
that.
stops being fun after that. And
Yeah.
then we stopped, I think, didn't we?
And then the DLC came along and they fixed, incrementally fixed a lot of the problems that were wrong with it.
Yeah.
Well, I just thought, because like I said, we were playing GTA on the weekend, and I'm getting a bit sick of playing GTA, I will be honest. I don't mind playing it for a bit, like a couple of hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, playing it for like 6 or 7 hours and not getting any money out of it.
no rewards.
Yeah, no reward. Like it's a good time, but I don't know.
It always devolves to the same thing at the end.
Yeah,
of the
we're
day.
all
Yeah.
just murdering each other and laughing and
Yeah, or
Yeah.
some other groups come along and stolen all our shit, and then we're on a vengeance run for like 4 hours, chasing these motherfuckers until they log out.
Yeah.
Anyway, like I feel like we need something new to play, like a cool first-person shooter or something. And seeing as Pat's not really gonna give Battlefield a go,
You've been waiting for ages.
I thought Destiny 2 might be something that we get into. So I thought
play
I'd buy it and have a go. And
I'm going to get it.
it starts up as this is just sort of a bit of a first impression. I only really played it for about an hour and a half or so.
Yep.
But yeah, it starts up with the campaign, and you run around, you play a few campaign missions, and then afterwards, you turn up at this sort of safe area. They call it the farm. Mm-hmm. And once you sort of get a rundown for that, you do the next story mission, and you come back. And then you're standing on the farm, and you're seeing all the other players that are online, and they're all running around being dickheads, or they're just standing around doing nothing.
Yep.
I haven't really had a chance to do any sort of online stuff, but I have played a bit of the campaign, and actually, yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I like sci-fi. I'm a big sci-fi fan, so I love all the bloody energy weapons, and I'm not sure if they had this in the first game, but you have 3 different types of weapons you can carry, and each of them have like a different like elemental attribute. So like
okay.
if you got a shielded enemy with the same elemental attribute, you use the same weapon for that, it'll eat through their shield more because you have the same sort of the same type of sort of weapon.
I don't remember if it did that or not. But I feel like Destiny 1, like all the enemies had a certain weak spot in different areas.
Yeah.
Remember, you had to you headshot all one type of enemy, and then with the robots, theirs was like in their stomach somewhere.
Yeah, there was always a different weakness, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Really
Well,
cool.
in this game, you can carry 2 weapons, but your third weapon is your power weapon.
Yep.
So that's like your shotgun or your sniper rifle, so you don't, sort of spam the fuck out of those too much,
Yep.
But yeah, I'm liking it. The graphics are great. Yeah, what I've seen of the story so far is pretty fun.
That sounds like the biggest improvement from what I've sort of read about the game so far, because Destiny's 1 story was fucking rubbish. It was a mess. Like, it was like, could you tell me, Paddy, anything from the story of Destiny 1?
No, I only remember Peter Dinklage.
Yeah, that's it.
That's all I remember.
Talking in your ear.
I don't remember what happened.
They patched him out of it because he was fucking terrible.
Like Halo, you can remember the story of all that, like, you know, everything. But I can't remember much of Destiny. You know?
No.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. So far, I'll probably have a better grind of it on the weekend and play a bit of online stuff. But I'm an Instagram user and stuff. You guys know that. I always post shit I buy or whatever because I'm a big nerd. So I put up this post, yeah, I bought bloody Destiny 2, and this guy I know put a comment up there. He's like, bam, you just paid full price for a glorified DLC. And I was like, just shit on my birthday cake. But no, I'm liking it. I'm liking it. I'll be interested to see how it goes online when I get a chance to get on there and some looting.
The best fun to be had with Destiny is definitely playing with someone else. Like,
yeah,
you and I, like this is based off the first game, but with Destiny 1, I never enjoyed it when I was playing by myself, but as soon as I got Paddy in, it was a fucking blast every time.
You can play co-op in the campaign, I think.
Yeah.
And you can you can fly to different worlds and that. In this, I don't know if that's the same.
Yep.
You had 3 different classes. First of all, I picked the Titan class, but then I was like, I don't want to be that. So I picked like the cool, fast, I don't know what they're called, the gunslinger, bloody cowboy looking bloody dudes. And I give him like a robot head and it looks fucking sick. I was like, do I make myself up? And I'm like, nah, I'll just give him a fucking robot head. That'll be awesome.
And there's like a warlock one or something?
There is a warlock one, yeah.
I've seen there's some really cool suits you can get.
Yeah. There's a really cool special ability I picked up. Like, I don't know anything about Destiny. I've just popped my Destiny cherry yesterday, so... There's this cool, I think it's called an arc blade or an arc light blade or something like that. It's your special ability. When you fire it up, you get like this big sort of like energy staff kind of thing, and it goes to third person, and you can run around and just smash fools. Nice. And I was having a lot of fun playing with that as well. And just like using different guns and stuff and trying to cherry pick and shoot guys in the head. And because some guys I was like killing, and I got a couple of good shots, and they dropped like little like loot balls, and you pick them up, and you get a random something, you get a new gun, so it was cool because I'm playing through this sort of campaign level, and as I was going, like, I'm killing guys and I'm picking up different loot balls, and I'm like, change my chest armor, change my boots, I got a better gun, and then it's like gradually taking your bloody attack score or whatever it is up. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. I'd be keen for you guys to get on and we can fuck around a bit.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
deep in Dark Souls.
Tell me more about your Dark Souls experience, Bob.
No, I won't bore everyone with that.
Okay, real quick, what's your favourite Dark Souls? 1, 2, or 3?
Oh, 1.
Yep.
That's actually, I say that, but
real quick, Bob.
Dark Souls 1 is the only one that I haven't finished.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I finished Bloodborne, Demon Souls, Dark Souls 2, and Dark Souls 3. 1's the only one that I've never got to the end of.
Well, sounds like it's my favorite well so far.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's his name? Cleric Banner.
Cleric Banner.
Chop chop.
Oh, jeez. Oh, well, I might go into some news real quick. I don't really have too much. It's all comic book news, guys.
Yeah.
No, I had a little bit, but we might just breeze over a couple of the biggest stories from the week.
Yeah.
So the other week we had a bloody good chat about the DC standalone movies and the prospect of standalone DC movies that sort of draw in. WB's hoping to draw in different filmmakers and more critically lauded filmmakers and that, and to draw in some high-end talent to be in these movies. Sort of one done kind of deal. There's a rumor going around about the Joker movie that the studio WB, they really want to go after Leonardo DiCaprio for the role of the Joker. Now this is just a rumor, obviously. We're not like bloody confirming this or anything because it's all probably bullshit.
Yep.
But this was one of the reasons why they wanted to get Scorsese on the project, because they're like, if we can convince Scorsese, then we have a better chance of getting Leo, because they've done 5 films together. And,
yeah.
You know, he could probably convince him to come over and do this. Because, I mean, look what happened with The Dark Knight. Like, nobody thought The Dark Knight was... They just thought, this was back when, superhero movies were changing and becoming a very different thing. No one thought much of The Dark Knight until it came out. Everyone was just talking about Heath Ledger, his performance as the Joker. And when it came out, fucking blew everyone away. Won an Oscar for it.
I remember hearing about Heath Ledger for the role of the Joker when that came out. And I was like... What? Like, it seemed weird and wrong. Like, it didn't seem like a role that he would...
That bloody Aussie kid.
And he fucking killed it.
There was a lot of hate, wasn't there?
Yeah.
On that.
But I mean...
Well, I didn't hate on it. I just thought, from
that's an odd choice.
What you've seen of Heath Ledger, you would not pick him for a Joker.
Knight's Tale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Patriot. 2 hands.
10 Things I Hate About You.
That was a good movie.
Yeah. I just couldn't remember if it was definitely him or not. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, like Chris Nolan, and then Leo went to work with Chris Nolan in Inception and that. Obviously, something that would have drawn Leo to that role, to work with Chris, would have been The Dark Knight as well. Like what he's done. Wouldn't that be enough as well to sort of go, you know what, Heath did it, and look what he did with it.
Yeah.
He worked for Chris. Look at Chris now. Everyone harps on Chris Nolan a lot now, but a lot of it's earned. And a lot of it's, just really sucking up his ass. Dunkirk.
Did you end up watching that?
No, I'll watch it when it comes out.
Yeah.
That was really good. I enjoyed it. Well, yeah. Well, actually, I remember it being...
dull.
Definitely...
boring.
I don't know. It felt like there was
no Dark Knight. There's not enough Batman in it.
Yeah, I won't get into it too much. But yeah, I think it was... Actually, if I remember right, it was a bit more... not great for me. It was more just a little...
Medium.
I think because I think the hype, got to me. But yeah.
Okay. But DiCaprio coming in to play the Joker, Martin Scorsese convinces him to come in. What's he going to do with this, Bob? Like, would this be a chance for Leo to come in and do a Taxi Driver or a Goodfellas-inspired superhero movie? Not that it's going to be capes and cowls and suits of armor and all that shit, because they have that over this side. It's too hard to bring those actors in to get them to sign on for 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 movies. Like, no one wants to do that. But over here in this corner, we're working on something we want to do really story-driven, really critically focused. We want to bring in great storytellers and great filmmakers, and we want to make great movies. We want to go back to that Dark Knight sort of critical success.
As long as fucking Warner Brothers remembers that that's what they're doing, and DC remember that's what they're doing, and don't go and pull a fucking, Suicide Squad at the end of the production and go, oh, let's, it's not fucking for the kids of now enough. Let's chuck a shitty soundtrack in over the top of Scorsese's brilliant thing, So I think it's definitely got potential to be something really cool. It's just more of a matter of the bigwigs remembering that that's what they've got to do, and not fucking getting their grubby little mitts on at the end of it.
Here's the thing: we're gonna go fucking see it regardless.
Oh,
That's fucking the worst bit.
All right, so that's interesting. That's exciting, and apparently Jared Leto's real pissed as well. He seems like a bit of a diva anyway.
Yeah, he's bringing out a new album, 30 Seconds to Mars.
Oh, fucking hell.
Fucking Leto fan.
I'm like, yes!
I've never liked him. I'm
not like a huge fan. It's just like, I noticed that.
We went to Soundwave in 2011.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I was a big fan then.
And Pat got real excited. He's like, let's go see 30 Seconds to Mars.
Yeah.
And like, Bob and I were like, righto.
Fucking alright.
So we get there and Patty's like,
I was so excited.
in between like all these teenage girls. And he's like, yeah, Jared Leto comes running out. He's wearing like some sort of French fucking military jacket thing.
Big fucking emo blue jacket thing.
Yeah, that's right.
And he's like squealing like a little girl.
And he's fucking singing, and all these guys, all these people are just like jumping up and down. You can see Pat there and he's bobbing his head.
Yeah.
And Bob and I standing like 5 feet behind him, and we just, it's like serendipity. Both of us just turn and look at each other and just shake our heads.
You did.
And then I think we were only there for about 5 minutes, and we shook your head, and then Bobby just reaches over and grabs Pat by the shoulder and he's like, Right, that's enough. Come
Yeah.
on.
Pulled me away.
We had enough of that.
We had enough
I
of
was
this.
like, but
Fucking
going-
Rob
we're going-
Zombie's over there.
We're going to watch fucking Primus over here. Stone Sour played, then Primus is over on the stage straight after that.
they were awesome. Remember, and Stone Sour was sick.
Yeah, Stone Sour was really good live.
Il Nino, you got you right up the front there, mate.
Yeah, I was there.
I was there with you
and the
until
Murder Dolls were playing on the stage
shit.
next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
there was nothing going to break you away from the stage, like front line.
I was
of
right in the
Il
mosh.
Nino.
I was fucking right in that mosh.
And you were holding on, and I was trying to hold on for dear life, and the mosh just sucked me up, and I was gone. And I ended up in that little cyclone of people. That
It was like you were stuck in a
around.
wash machine. It's like-
You
That's
guys
good, though.
hadn't done many festivals before that. Day,
Not a lot, no.
Oh man, it was so good to see you guys. Just like I just let you
Went
loose in the
nuts.
fucking zoo,
Yeah.
and you're like, Jesus Christ!
Yeah, I was stuck in that cyclone of dudes, and I turn around, and half of them were jobbing at each other and like kicking, and I was like, oh shit.
Oh, it was great. Suicide Squad 2 now has a director.
Oh yay!
Gavin O'Connor, who directed Warrior, one of our favourite
Oh,
movies,
yeah.
Pat, and The Accountant. He's coming on to write and direct.
All right.
Just letting you know, breeze
Yeah.
over that. Pat, I was going to tell you about this, but
Yeah.
about Bad Boys for Life.
It's coming back. Yes.
Someone spoke with Jerry Bruckheimer. I'm just going off my memory here. I
Paddy
read it
spoke
today.
to Jerry Bruckheimer.
Tweeted Jerry Bruckheimer.
Yeah, tell me it's coming back.
Someone asked him about Bad Boys for Life. What Martin Lawrence was talking about it the other week and said it was pretty much dead. He was like, no, it's not dead. He's like, we nearly had it there for a while, but it sort of dropped back. But now we have a new writer working on it, and he's
Yeah.
like, I'm confident it'll happen.
Ooh.
So there you go.
That'd be good. It needs to
And
happen.
Our last bit of news before we go into our special news
Yep.
and our It review. Colin Trevorrow, the guy that directed Jurassic World, has left the
Star
director's
Wars?
position of Star Wars Episode 9 over
Alright.
creative differences. Good old creative differences.
Oh.
Everyone thinks it was because his last movie that came out this year, I think it's The Book of Henry, I think it's called,
Yeah.
absolutely tanked. It tanked. It was a critical bomb. It was the worst reviewed movie of the year, and they reckon that had a lot to do with it.
All right.
I mean, Bob, let me throw this at you. So you got Marvel, who pretty much, they're more about their sort of producers and everything, and then they sort of filter in talent and give them a bit of reign to do what they want. You've got Warner Brothers, with their DCEU, they get directors come in, they pretty much give them free reign, and then they have to pick up the pieces afterwards. Now they're trying to do their offshoot DC thing, where they really want to bring in great filmmakers and great storytellers and let them tell great stories with their properties. What's going on with Disney? Because, Kathleen Kennedy, all these execs, had J.J. Abrams come in, they had Gareth Edwards for Rogue One, they did all the big reshoots, they brought in pretty much another director, Dan Gilroy, pretty much directed all those reshot scenes. You've got bloody Ryan Johnson, who's directed Episode 8 pretty much without a hitch. You've got bloody Phil Miller and Chris Lord, or whatever their bloody names are. They got sacked off Han Solo. And now we've got Colin Trevorrow, I can't remember his last name, he's left. It's been, whether he's been fired, or he's left of his own accord, or they've just said to him, look, we're going to announce that we're going to fire you if you don't leave, or something like that. What's going on? What's going on with Disney? What are they thinking?
They're trying to make as much money as they possibly humanly can.
It's exactly right.
Yeah.
It's a business. It's a business. I don't know, man. It's just, and Star Wars is such a big property.
You can't really.
It's something. I think it's something
you
they
can
just want to
fuck
hit
up.
out of the gate.
I just about said you can't really fuck up Star Wars, but apparently 3 movies have proved that you can do that.
Yeah, definitely.
They nearly killed it, didn't they?
yeah, it did. I think they don't want, literally their biggest property that's probably bigger than any of their Disney shit to go downhill from the first from that Force Awakens movie. Like they want to take that and make that money plus more again on the next one and the next one and the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the thing. The more of these fucking hands that get involved and, money gets involved and shit, the more just kind of stripped down and homogenized the fucking films become, and they kind of they become less risk-taking and a bit fucking boring after a bit. Mm-hmm. So they got to be careful, because they're going to start scaring like good directors away too.
Yeah.
If you keep firing all these fucking directors, bang, 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 then, and they go and ask a fucking, Scorsese or something to direct one of their movies, he's going to be like, what, are you going to fucking fire me in 6 months? Or
somebody tweeted Taika Waititi about it yesterday.
Yeah.
And they're like, something about Waititi interested in episode 9, ? And he was just like, I like to finish my movies.
Yeah.
And then he just wrote something else after that. He's like, I'd be fired in the first week.
Yeah, he would. Yeah. Fucking great guy, that guy.
Yeah, bloody oath.
Love him.
Kicking, spitting, setting things on
fire.
I love that movie.
That gif you sent of he's just standing by the mailbox and it's like on fire. I'm gonna have to watch that movie again over the weekend, I think. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. We might go to our It review and our special news announcement.
Yep.
So we just saw It, which is pretty much one of the probably one of the most anticipated movies of the year. It was for me, definitely. Mm-hmm. We've got plenty to say about it. I think today, though, we might do a non-spoiler review, because I think this is the kind of movie where I don't... Not that there's many things to spoil, there's really not, but I don't even want to bring it up, because this is the kind of movie where I want you to go out and just experience it for yourself. So I think today we might just do a non-spoiler review, but we'll keep it sort of in line with our normal thing, but we'll sort of just talk about the dynamic of the movie and what we liked and everything. And are you guys okay with that? Or
definitely.
I reckon that's all it needs.
Yeah, you don't want to like ruin.
Everyone kind of knows the story of this anyway. Yeah. There's not too much to spoil.
Yeah.
But we do have a
creepy clown. Spoiler alert.
Creepy clowns, killer clowns from outer space. We've got a bit of a announcement. We had an idea today. We thought we might do a giveaway, our first ever giveaway.
Oh, look, he's already
done. While we've been sitting here recording, Patrick Brown, if he's been quiet, this is why. Patrick Brown's been sitting here doing a sketch of Pennywise the Dancing Clown, which actually, hold it up, Pat, give us a look.
Yep.
Can you see that, everybody?
Yeah, can you see that, everyone? That's pretty bloody good, isn't it?
Have a look.
So what we're going to do is we're going to do a giveaway of this sketch, of what Pat's done today. It's pretty sick, actually. I think I'll want it. We're not going to give it away. I want it. We're going to give it to me. That's what we're for it. So what we might do is, because we can't really, sort of announce it on this episode and then give people a chance, come up with an answer or whatever the question we have, because there'll only be like a span of like 2 days between when this episode goes up and we record the next one, for the following week.
Yeah.
So we're not going to have a lot of time for people to get answers in, so we'll probably get like one person answer. So what we might do is, by the time you're listening to this, there'll maybe be a Facebook post. I might do a Facebook post tomorrow about it, and you'll have to come back. You'll have to come and listen to this episode to find out what you have to do, and maybe we'll put in a code word.
Yeah, do a code word.
All right, this is what we want you to do.
Fear.
Pennywise the Dancing Clown, in the film and in the book, he preys on these kids' fear. So he pretty much takes what these kids are afraid of, and he sort of manifests himself in those, those different shapes and those different forms. So what we want you guys to do is, if you want to win this sketch, what you have to do is like and share this episode.
Yes, please.
On YouTube. Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Don't be scared. See what
if you want to. Okay, we've got a question for you guys. This is what we want you to do. So, Pennywise preys on people's fear. Patrick Brown, his biggest fear. Mm-hmm. All right, Pat, just chill, mate. I'm going to bring this up.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's sweating.
Patrick Brown has a bit of a fear of needles and veins.
More of a
bit.
Yeah, the combination of the two, the mental picture is not good for him. I've been around him.
I can see his eyes starting to roll back in his head as we're saying this now.
So what we'll say is Patrick Brown, He's got a fear of needles. Needles and blood.
Do you want me to explain a little bit of like some situations?
Yeah, if you want, quickly go over it.
You got a needle like in the last day or two, didn't you?
Oh, that was fine. Needles like flu injections totally fine. That was
a jab in the arm is fine.
Yeah, but like it's more literally like a needle going into like a pulsing vein. Like fucking.
A throbbing vein in your arm.
Like I cringe when I think about it, but like it's more of a phobia. It's like something switches in my brain. It's like you're gone, and I start to pass out. Literally faint.
He literally does.
There was a time where I was at the dinner table at my wife's mum's house, and we're having dinner, and her auntie's there, and she's talking about some blood test or something she just had done, and going into fine detail, like real detail at the dinner table.
And then you just hear.
Well, I was sitting there and I was trying
Patrick's drowning in his soup.
I could feel it, and I was like, I was trying to put up with it, and I was like, no, I'm past gone, like, and I got up and I was like, I'm just going to the toilet real quick, like, just trying to act
play
normal.
it off.
And then I walk up the hallway and just bang, I hit the floor, and Alira hears it, and she's the one that comes up, and I wake up and she's there, like, over me. But like, it's just weird.
The Human
It's a
Centipede
weird
got
thing.
you as well, didn't it?
Yeah, we were sitting there having a movie night watching the Human Centipede, and there's that one bit where
the needle gets ripped out of the vein in the arm.
She tries to escape, and she's got like I can't even talk about it.
Yeah.
She got a thing, in a drip or something in there. And,
a mate of ours, Johnny, you've heard him talk about us before, came over for a visit. We went out to the pub one night, Johnny, myself, and Pat. So we're sitting upstairs.
This is embarrassing.
There's this outdoor area upstairs, and Johnny and I are sitting outside, and Pat's like, I'm just going to go downstairs. I've just got to go to the loo. I'm going to get another drink. Yeah, all right, mate. No worries. So we're sitting there, and I'm talking away to Johnny. And then my phone goes, vroom, vroom, and I look at my phone, and it's like, vroom, 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 vroom. And I look at my phone, and it's like 4 different texts. It's like, help. It's like, help. It's, help, gonna pass out, downstairs, getting faint. Help, come now. And I said to Johnny, I was like, fuck, he's in trouble. I gotta go downstairs. So I run downstairs, and here's this guy who's like slumped over this chair. I was like, what's happened, mate? What's happened? Oh, I was looking at him. What the guy did? He went there to piss.
So stupid.
He hit the button on the thumb dryer. He hit his thumb on the bloody hand dryer.
He pressed the button. I pressed a button.
No, let me finish. He presses this button, but he sort of hit it weird, and he started to get a blood blister under his thumb.
I don't know what it was.
And he was looking at it, and his mind started racing. Yeah. And then I come down, and I'm there. He's nearly passed out, and it was fucking embarrassing.
Do you know what? That was a situation I've never been in, and that's why I messaged you like that. Because I was like
downstairs
because it was weird. It was my finger, or it was like my middle finger or something that I'd pressed it with or whatever. But I don't know what the hell happened. But I felt something twitch in my finger when I pressed the button, and then I was like, all right. And then I went out there, and when I was ordering a drink, I could feel my finger pulsing, and I could feel this, and the top of my finger just started swelling up. It was like full, and I could touch it, and it was as hard as a rock, like my finger, and it went all purple, and I was like, that is weird, and it started to freak me out, and then that trigger in my brain just was just like, you're gone.
You were born to draw for a living, because fuck, you'd be horrible in a manual labour job. Jesus Christ.
I don't know why. I think I got this phobia from when I was a kid. Like, when I think there was something happened when I was getting an injection when I was a young boy. Like, yeah, from the doctor. I'm pretty sure it was that.
Creepy doctor?
Don't know. Anyway, that's mine. Sorry, I dragged that out a bit.
So, what we want you to do is...
That's my phobia.
Pennywise plays on people's fear. So, if Patrick Brown was to run into Pennywise the dancing clown, and he was coming up with like a hallucinatory situation regarding needles and blood, in a sentence or two, or a couple of sentences, or a paragraph, or half a page, whatever you want to do... Tell us the scenario that Pennywise would create to terrify Patrick Brown using needles and blood.
And the one that makes him faint.
Oh no. Oh no.
And you have to include the word, what word shall we say? Fear,
Yeah, let's go fear.
Okay, so you have to include the word fear into this scenario. Whether it's a sentence or 2 sentences or 3 sentences, whoever has the best answer will decide the best answer.
Yep.
Whoever has the best one will win this sketch. We'll
Yep.
put up a picture of it on Facebook. By now, you probably would have seen it.
Doesn't-
And whoever has the best answer wins, and we'll send it out to you. If only one person comments, that person wins.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter where you are. I'll
So there you go, Brad.
mail it to you.
Yep.
The original sketch.
Doesn't matter where it is, we'll mail it to you, and we'll send you a nice headshot of Patrick Brown as well. What we'll do is we'll talk about needles and shit. We'll get him to pass out, and when he does, we'll take a photo of it and we'll sign it and we'll send it to you.
Oh no!
So that's what we want you to
I
do.
remember when we were in the group chat, I was just chatting away, and I told you guys about it, and you started sending all these gifs in of like needles. And
We
things,
love sending
trying
gifs.
to bloody get me. You were just trying
You
to
know
get.
your art pages are probably just going to get flooded.
Oh no!
Patrick Brown's going to have to shut down all his pages.
All my hate mail will just be that now. I reckon, like, while we're on the topic, I'm pretty sure everyone will be curious. What are your fears? Like, you two. Bobby, what's yours?
Hosting the podcast. I don't know. I'm allergic to bees, so I don't like bees.
Yeah.
They suck. And that what's that Macaulay Culkin movie?
Oh, my girl.
My Girl.
My
yeah.
girl.
That
Yeah, I
scared
remember
the shit out of me.
Where he
as a
gets stung
kid.
by the bees and he dies.
Yeah, me too. I remember-
Scared the fucking shit out of me.
That's
when I
another
was a
thing
kid.
that haunted me when I was a kid. Like, like as a, you think of the things that give you nightmares, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, bee sting, needle. It's not that far removed from one.
Yeah, true. But you, mudder.
Dying alone.
Dying alone.
I don't know what I'm
romantic.
scared of.
I can't imagine what its kind of scenario would be for you doing that.
I don't know.
It'd be weird.
I have no
Stuck
idea.
Stuck in a public shitter with no toilet paper.
Oh, fuck. That happened
No
to me
toilet
once.
paper.
That happened to me once. Oh, man.
Even worse than a public toilet. You got to know what you can't take a shower.
I hate using public toilets anyway. Fuck that.
I never shit in a public toilet.
No
ever.
way.
It's-
I'll probably get chlamydia by sitting on the seat.
Yeah, not even a thing that I would attempt. There's blokes' toilets too are so much different to female toilets. Like,
Yeah.
females keep their
Very-
stuff
very
tidy
sanitary.
and
Yeah,
clean.
very clean.
Generally, like
generally,
there
yeah.
are some shit ones out there, but fucking men's toilets are just the worst scum pits of the world. The worst.
Oh, jeez. Okay, so we might start our non-spoiler It review.
Yeah, cool.
So, who wants to start? I'm trying to find our bloody review page. Where is it? I've got it there.
Give us the synopsis.
What's
Yeah.
the story?
What's the story?
The story. let me tell you a story, young man.
Davos.
If you eat chips more than twice in a week, your chance of dying doubles. I learned that today. Patrick Brown will never eat hot chips in his life ever again.
We went to KFC after the cinema and he's like, "No, I think I'll just give it a miss." Right after I told him this information. Fuck, it
I'm
worked.
so gullible. I go for everything.
Okay, so the story of it takes place in Derry, Maine. The film's been updated from the book, so it's set in 1988 and 1989. Mainly in the summer of 1989. It's updated from the book. When there were kids in the book, it started in the 50s. It's about this group of kids. They're sort of all... Oh, he's gone!
Bit of a drop there. Sorry,
I
mate.
spilled bloody beer all over my floor now. Fuck.
Man. Keep going, mate. Keep
Can't
going.
take you anywhere. You got something there to wipe it up? It's not going to dry on my floor. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. Jesus Christ. I'll never get this episode finished.
You're all right, mate.
So the story is, it's about these kids. There's a lot of them are sort of friends, but they're all sort of picked on or sort of outcasts in their own way. But in this town of Derry, Maine, a lot of kids have been going missing. So one of the main characters, his little brother's gone missing, presumed dead. But weird things start to happen. All these kids start to see these weird sort of apparitions and weird hallucinations and that, and they're all centered around this clown called Pennywise, based on the very famous Stephen King book. And yeah, it's about this town that is terrorized by, well, You don't really know what it is, but it takes the form of this clown. And yeah, it's about these kids and how they confront this evil sort of by the end of this film. And this is the first part of the 2-part film story as well. But yeah, that's sort of, I think everybody sort of knows the general gist of this film. But sort of what were your sort of first impressions, guys? Were you the guys that watched the trailer when it first hit? Because the trailer was like the most viewed trailer in history. Had like 90 million views or something like that in the first day.
I feel like I watched one of those ones where they were doing a comparison to the old, like they were using, comparing shots from the old...
From the TV
thing
to
the... Yeah, I don't think I actually saw the trailer, but I think I saw how they were, basically doing some shot-for-shot sort of stuff with the new one, and I was kind of like, oh, this would be really cool.
Yeah.
Like, they obviously care about the source material from... Well, both source materials, but yeah.
But also paying homage to some of the stuff from the TV series.
Yeah.
Or the TV event series, yeah.
That was really good.
First impressions wise, now usually with horror movies, I like to hide the big bad until the end, so it sort of like unfolds as a mystery that you don't really see until the end. This one shows you the clown pretty much from the get-go, right the way through. And it's one of the first horror movies that I've watched that I actually think fucking worked perfectly in.
Yeah.
I loved all
having
of it.
that looming threat.
Yeah.
I think I know like why that worked so well. I think was because we kind of know from the mid-range that that's not what it really looks like. You know what I mean? Like, so it still is kind of hiding what it actually is, because it's the clown is just a, it's just a pretend form, isn't it? Like a
it's just another shape
Yeah.
that sort of hides behind.
So
it's the form that's sort of it's picked that it mostly sort of,
which is really cool. It keeps that mystery that's still there, like you would get in Alien and stuff like that.
In the books though, he doesn't really. I haven't actually read it, but from what I've heard and that, like I've seen the TV series like many times over, or the TV film, you want to call it, whatever.
Oh yeah,
many times over. I know stuff from the books that doesn't happen in that TV series and doesn't happen in this film. But yeah, what was I saying? I forgot. I lost it. Totally slipped my mind.
Overall for me, I thought that was just a solid movie. Like. Yeah, really, really enjoyable. Probably one of the, like I said before with you guys, it's probably the best horror movie I've seen ever, I'd say. Like,
and that's a big call.
Like, it is. Cool. At the end, I was just like, that was amazing. Like, not in the way of, like, there are ones that are more that give you the chills, and they're really dark and give you that really horrible and do make you jump. This one's more overall, just enjoy the hell out of this scary movie. Like, you want to, the kind of one you would want to take a date to or something, like that kind of thing.
It's scary, but without being so dark and depressing or like disgusting.
Yeah.
That, a lot of modern horror movies especially kind of go that route where they're just trying to like gross everyone out or kind of make you feel kind of sick.
Look, it had that
kind of
really
gory shit, and this movie was like playing on the tenseness
and
also the craziness and the fun, like the dynamic between all the kids and stuff. Like, there was a lot of moments of really great comedy and like really funny shit.
New Kids on the Block.
Yeah. And then it'd cross into like fucking tense, like scary,
fucking terrifying.
Yeah. Like,
this movie really sort of mirrors the dynamic sort of Pennywise, like his MO. Like, we talked about how his MO is fear, like he feeds off fear. If people aren't afraid, he has no power.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a Freddy Krueger kind of thing. If you're not afraid, he's got no power.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. They play it off like the movie goes like, we're afraid like these kids are, but then as we learn more, we become less afraid.
Yeah.
Other than sort of the typical horror movie stuff they sort of do. So the odd jump scare or the silence into the big musical cue with a bit of a jump and but I feel it really sort of mirrors
jump scares that never felt really too cheap.
Yeah.
They were always built up to a
Yeah.
jump scare rather than just thrown in.
Yeah, it
at
felt
a stupid moment.
It felt well earned.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I love the best part about the entire thing. I think it worked so well was having him as the clown and like just the mix between this clown who symbolizes like fun and joy, and then flip it right around to absolute terror. That's just a great concept from the start, and I think that worked so well. And how enjoyable was him as a clown? I kind of felt like we got to know him as well as a character, even though he had small parts where he'd come up and he'd just be just the mannerisms and the way he would like interact with them and even talk and say things. It was really. He was really funny and quirky, like he acted like a clown, but like in a horror way, and that was brilliant.
It was like he was trying to build up bring them into a safe enough area, all these kids, to then like when he scares them, scare the absolute shit out of them, so that he gets like a massive hit of fear, basically, almost
like a drug, like a drug hit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we'll jump to the characters. So we'll talk about the kids, the Losers Club.
Yeah.
Fuck, this kid's like the way they talk to each other is really fucking well written and funny as fuck as well.
Natural.
It reminds me of my circle of friends when I was growing up.
Yeah.
They're just like taking the piss out of each other and talking about how they root each other's mums and fucking all this other shit.
Yeah.
These are all your mum's birth control pills. He's like, no, I'm saving them all for your sister.
It was also natural, wasn't it? Like, it wasn't so
it
played
felt
out.
it felt really natural.
Some of the lines were so subtle that you almost like they were almost saying them under their breath, like in the background of another conversation kind of thing.
Yeah.
There was that much of that stuff going because there's a big cast that Losers squad. But how many kids was there? Like six or seven?
Yeah.
And so there was always kind of stuff going on in the background. Like while this other shit's going on in the foreground. Yeah, it was really cool.
And I felt all their relationships developed and fell into place nicely. Like they weren't just, it didn't seem played out and like just deliberate. It just felt like it all just pieced together perfectly.
And it felt like everyone got enough of their own time. Like you got to know everyone well enough.
Yes, exactly.
And everyone, they got enough of their own time on their own and with each other and the relationships, the dynamics between everyone. And it was just...
And you felt for every single character, didn't you? Like,
I feel like I watched a whole series of television in 2 hours.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah,
it does feel like that.
I think it was just over 2 hours. I think it was like 2:10, 2:15. Yeah.
It felt like I really got to know everyone.
And it didn't feel like a long movie, did it? No. And it didn't feel too short. Like, compared to the other Stephen King film adaptation this year, The Dark Tower, like, this is fucking apples and absolute oranges.
Yeah.
Like, fucking... Like, this is the... Depending on how Gerald's Way, or whatever it is, goes, this was the Stephen King adaptation of the year. Not The Mist. Or The Dark Tower.
Yeah.
Jared's Game.
I think this is the horror movie. Oh, fuck, well, there was Get Out, though. No, I think this might have Get Out.
This beats it for me.
This wasn't just a great horror film. This was a great film.
Yes, like, exactly.
Holy fuck.
Film overall, yeah.
And when was the last time you went to see a horror movie and said, that was a fucking great horror movie?
So good.
Great film.
Yeah.
Like this plays so many different cards and it just works so well.
Yeah. I'd say tops for me. And set in the 80s, they really, that authenticity was there. Like it felt like it was set in that time. And
Eddie was wearing like an Airwolf t-shirt. I saw that was cool.
And I was half expecting them to drown it out with a lot of 80s music and like really put like a soundtrack over it where there was only like a few songs here
there were
and there.
a few touches of that just to remind you the period.
See, I thought they would have done that thing
subtle. It was pretty
subtle, which was good, and I thought they were going to do the whole Guardians of the Galaxy or that kind of thing where they're trying to make a soundtrack out of it, but they didn't, which was really cool.
I said this to you guys when the movie finished, like, because I said this is in the book. It starts in the 50s, and then when they're all adults, it sort of picks up in the 80s when the book was written. This movie feels really timeless because they let us know it is the 80s. In Billy's room, he's got like Gremlins and Beetlejuice posters and stuff, and they've got like walkie-talkies and shit. But the way some of the kids are dressed, their clothes are fairly timeless, and a lot of this sort of advertising and some of the older buildings and that around Derry, it almost feels like it has that 50s aesthetic as well.
Yeah.
So like
Like a town that's never really moved on from there.
yeah, like it
Yeah.
hasn't sort of aged. Like we talked about this before, Pat, like you could watch this movie in 15, 20 years and
Yeah.
it'd be like, it still feels very relevant because I don't think this movie's going to age.
No.
And if it does, it's going to be aged very, very slowly.
Yeah, like I said to you before, I think it's great that they've remade it because the old school ones they're great, but you would say they're dated. But now this one, graphics, the CGI, everything, story, solid movie all around, and I think this is just like you said, it's going to date well. Like you could watch it in 40 years and it'd still be hold up solid. Like,
And this was a low budget movie too. This
Yeah.
was only like $45 million, but fucking hell, it looked
Suck
great.
that, Dark
Yeah.
Tower.
Yeah, it looked like
Fucking
$100 million movie.
Yeah. What was Dark Tower? 60?
65 million.
20 million more. And look at the quality difference.
there was nothing
between
in
the two.
there.
I think because these kids probably didn't have to be paid as much as well
Yeah.
compared to like Matthew McConaughey,
Yeah.
Idris Elba. Or,
But that's it. Like, you don't spend all your money and lean on these, like, high-name actors
Yeah.
that aren't actually going to bring anything to the table more than these kids that fucking want it. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
all right, we'll jump over to Bill Skarsgård, who played Pennywise. Fucking hell!
Great.
So good.
I'd never really heard of this guy before. I saw him on Hemlock Grove, but I haven't
Oh, yeah?
watched a lot of that show. But holy fuck, like if I could see him being nominated for an Oscar for this. Honestly,
Yeah.
like best supporting actor in that. Fuck, he was good in that. Just the little details about Pennywise, like the front two teeth. Like
Yeah.
these two misshapen, like little bat
rabbit teeth.
fangs. Yeah, like little rabbit teeth in the front. Just little touches like that. The way he spoke, the way he pronounced it
Yeah.
when he went to hand the boat back to Georgie. Take it. Really
And he
jumped
let
on
the
that
drool,
T.
the
Yeah.
drool, like, just
Yeah,
dribble
drooling
out
all
of
the
his
Yeah.
time.
chin.
Yeah.
You're like,
Really
oh,
creepy.
God. Yeah.
Yeah,
And going from like really sort of like comical clown to terrifying, like with
Yeah.
the drop of
Yeah,
a hat.
Snap, yeah.
This guy was fucking great.
Oh, so good. It was great. I just wanted to see more of him. Like, I couldn't wait to see more of it. And usually with horror movies like that, and like you were saying before, you want to keep the baddie, the big horrifying thing hidden a little bit. But this, I just wanted to see more and more. And they did it. They delivered. They because they played on it, didn't they? Like, they really wanted to just make him.
Well, because he, like, preys on their fears. He transforms into other things that, like, the kids are most
afraid of.
Yeah.
afraid of, yeah.
Because in the book, there's this scene, I think it's Richie watches a horror movie. I think it's like The Wolfman, like a Universal horror movie or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next time he sees Pennywise, he manifests himself as like a giant werewolf.
Mm.
And there's a scene in the movie where his hand like transforms and it looks like a big wolf's
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
hand, like a furry hand and that.
And he slashes.
He slashes one of the kids and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like Eddie is like his mother really sort of bears down on him and like, oh, you don't roll around in the freshly cut grass, your allergies and stuff, and he's constantly, he's got pills
Real
and
touchy.
asthma pumps and all that sort of stuff, and like how Pennywise sort of manifests to him is he manifests as like this leper, like, the nose is falling off, all these sores and everything, and like,
like
misshapen body parts and that, and just like chasing him around.
Like a big
that's
disease.
fucking terrifying. Like, if you were a massive fucking germaphobe, holy shit,
Yeah.
that would terrify
the most
fuck out of
diseased
you.
motherfucker you've ever
Look
seen.
like
Yeah.
a big zombie kind of thing. Yeah.
Leprosy, not good.
Yeah.
What else was
I
there?
loved that kid, by
And-
the way, the little germaphobe kid. He
Oh,
was-
Eddie. Yeah.
Great.
And like,
He was always like in the
Yeah.
background of conversations too, just like all the kids are going like, yeah, let's go do this thing, and he'd just be like,
yeah.
no.
Because it was a real spin on a. He had a strong character, like he was, and it stood out, like standing outside the well, in the trailer, and he stands outside that. The tunnel, and he's too scared to go because it's just.
The grey water.
He's like, it's just like human feces there.
You
and
guys
I'm
are
not
walking
gonna
around
go
in
near that.
piss and shit. And he's like, do you know what a staph infection is?
And then there's the other kid. I really liked how he was scared of that picture, the creepy picture of like Mona Lisa or something. And it was
the misshapen, yeah.
And he must have had like a just looking
Just
at
scared
it
of
freaked
it, yeah.
him out. And then that was really cool.
Great movie.
Yeah.
I got to be honest, I sort of went in not really reading any kind of reviews or anything beforehand, and sort of went, generally my thing is with horror movies is they don't scare me, and two, the story's usually a lot to be left to be desired, you know, or they wrap up terribly, or I don't know, just the horror movies in general generally tend to have a lot of flaws for me, and I walked away from this one going, fucking loved everything about it.
I'm just really keen to watch that again.
I'm sick of coming back after movies and being like in love with them this year. We've had some fucking great movies this year.
Yeah, we have. Yeah.
I say I'm sick of it. I'm not. Keep doing it for me because I'm fucking loving it. Yeah.
What did you think of the visual effects in this? They were very minimal. I don't really think they had a lot. I did tell you guys there was one scene where Pennywise climbs out of this fridge, which I really loved.
Oh, that was great.
Yeah, I think there weren't a lot of CGI shots. I bet you if you break it down onto a page, there were probably 100 odd shots.
Tons.
If I think about it, none of you guys probably agree. I can't picture any CGI moments in that entire movie that I would be like, oh, that's fake. I mean, obviously you know it's fake, but you look at it and don't think, oh, that looks very CGI. I'd
probably pick maybe one, maybe two.
Yeah.
At the most. But for the most part, like, those were like, out of 100, they're probably like 95% awesome, perfect CG shots.
Really
there was that
good.
one little tiny bit where it was a bit rubbery there.
Oh, yeah.
But honestly, man, I fucking loved the shit out of this movie. I really did.
Me too.
Favorite Stephen King adaptation, would you say? I mean, you've got The Shawshank Redemption, you've got The Green Mile, you've got The Mist, Bob, which you haven't seen. There are so many Stephen King adaptations out there. Yeah, I've got a lot of favorites in that, but would you put this above Shawshank and The Green Mile, Pat?
Green Mile was always the top one for me.
Mr. Jingles.
Even over Shawshank. But this one, it's kind of a different genre, though, than Green Mile. Green Mile is still at the top in that kind of genre, but this one is definitely the top of all horror movies for me. So anything that's like, you know...
That's a big call from Patrick Brown.
Yeah. It's definitely... Because I can't think of any other horror movie that sticks with me that... Like, nothing really... I haven't had one that really scares me, and there's a couple that maybe creep me out more. You know, you just feel real dirty and like, ugh.
But this movie was just...
Yeah.
Terrifying.
Yeah. That's it.
Like,
this is great.
This isn't gory or bloody or gross. It's just like, this is really fucking scary. There are a few moments, terrifying.
Few moments in there,
but with the fun of Stranger Things kind of thing. Like,
exactly. Yeah. Which was really good.
I thought that as we're watching it, I was like,
Stand By Me and a horror movie.
Well, there's another King adaptation there.
Yeah.
You want to know what this movie is? It's Stand By Me with scary fucking clowns.
Yeah, so pretty much.
This is pretty much what that movie is. If you like Stand By Me, then you'll like this movie, but there's a scary clown in it.
Yeah.
Well, there's no real spoilers we can talk about. I don't really want to... I just want to say people fucking go see this. If you're not planning on seeing this, I would recommend seeing this at the cinema. Yeah. But in a better screening than what we had.
Yeah,
we had like...
Minimize your teenagers.
People talking behind us and...
I had a girl next to me who was, when she got scared, I looked over it a couple of times. At the beginning, she like ducked her head down and covered her ears. But then every time I noticed when she sort of got scared, she pulled her phone out and was looking at it.
Fuck,
and
it was
like
annoying.
looking up and down
that's
and up
annoying.
and down. And
you're in a dark room and you just see this bright white light go on in the corner of your eye. I kept seeing it.
Both you and I just went...
Yeah.
Just fucking eyeballed her.
And the people behind Patty and I as well. Fuck me.
They just talked and screamed.
I had a Coke and I was ready. I was fucking ready to do it. I was going to stand up and go, I'm going to throw this on fucking all of you. You don't shut up. I was getting real shitty. Because what people do is when they start to get scared, they fucking talk.
Yeah.
And it's like...
like conversation.
That's what fucking everyone did.
Yeah.
Except for us.
Then
So
there's
you know
that,
you're in a scary movie when fucking everyone's talking, but
yeah.
oh god, go and see it. Yeah,
And then
maybe in a couple of weeks when it's died down.
And then the credits rolled up, and that girl in the back screamed. As
Oh, it was like the
top of her
title came
lungs.
up. It was like It Chapter 1, and then she screamed when she saw that because there's going to be another movie,
There was a big
silly
blood
girl.
curdling scream in the back.
and everyone laughed.
Yeah.
You silly, get out of here.
Yeah, get out.
Yeah, I'm
What would you give this out of 5, Patrick Brown?
5. Yep. Easy.
15.
That's 3 5s.
Yep.
Wow.
I
You know
loved
what? I'll give this 5 out of 5. Fuck it.
Yep.
I loved it.
Yep.
And if you thought Tim Curry was scary as Pennywise, which he was, and he still is, but this movie is very different compared to that. If you thought that scene with him and Georgie talking at the drain with the boat was scary, fucking hell, you're in for a shock. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Skarsgård, fucking give him an Oscar.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what I say. Nominate the guy.
Solid.
And he's tall too. Them bloody Norwegian kids or wherever they're from.
Yeah.
Switzerland or Sweden or wherever they're from. They breed them tall there. Bloody earth they do. Bloody ex-Vikings or whatever.
Viking blood. Yeah.
Their bloody Norse heritage. I don't know. I think, is that it?
I think so. Yep.
Unless you want to talk some Reddit.
Oh, he's got some Reddit. Go on.
All right, real quick.
Go on.
We were thinking about doing a...
Patrick Brown's obsessed with Reddit. I'll let him talk.
Oh, well, we were thinking
The
about
best
doing
and
a...
worst shit that you've seen
Like
this
a little...
week.
We were
Reddit
thinking every
segments.
week Pat decides to turn up. We might do a Pat's Reddit video of the week. So, like, obviously we can't show it to you, but we'll talk about it and we'll describe it, and then we'll drop the link in the info.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you can check it out as well. Know what we're talking about. But Pat, have you seen any good Reddit videos this week?
Always. Always see a few.
Fucking hell.
I see a lot.
Have a look at this video. This guy gets his bloody ear ripped off. I'm like, some guy just flicked him behind the ear. Fuck.
Yeah, that was funny. You guys didn't watch because of the title.
Yeah.
And it's like...
I'm not watching that.
And it's
Pat started this new group chat just for Reddit videos, and
Yeah.
I watched none of them.
none of them.
I don't know why.
I don't know why.
You post the Reddit shit to the other chat anyway.
I actually don't know
It's
what...
the same people in the both chats.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm surprised. I don't know what you guys don't like about Reddit. It's like,
I waste enough time. I don't need to be on Reddit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've got Game of Thrones to watch.
It's good for, like, it depends what subreddit you're like keeping track of.
Oh, here
but
we go.
They're all like, it's
That's what I don't like
So,
about it.
Pat, we're going to put you in charge of the Bearded Geeks Reddit page, or what?
Yeah, do it.
Yeah. You know, like, I keep track of, like, the Game of Thrones Reddit. That's really good because it just keeps you up to date with...
Yeah, you
and-
fucked us over last
it's-
week. You weren't here to tell us about all the analysis videos.
But there's even people putting
We had to
fan
make
art.
shit up on our own.
Yeah. But then, you know, there's all these other good ones. Even just general news and all this crazy
I
stuff.
did see a good video today. It was posted on the Game of Thrones YouTube channel.
Yeah.
It was only a minute. It was just about the grayscale scene, about the makeup. It was,
I saw that.
oh, of course you did.
Yeah.
Was that on Reddit?
Featurette of showing how it was done.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
and
on
they
Reddit.
did the makeup and stuff. And,
Yeah.
And they'll get ready to rip.
The
rip
gore.
in 3, 2, 1, rip.
Yeah. They did a good job. I was almost going to share that with you guys, but I didn't have to.
I saw it. So have you got a Reddit video for it?
Well, I mean, as you guys were saying before, that soccer one was pretty funny. Like, the title was "Soccer Player Almost Gets His Ear Ripped Off" or something, and you guys didn't watch it, but it's funny because the title sounds gory, and you click on it, and it's just a soccer player standing there, and this opposing player comes up and just flicks him behind the ear, just a flick, and then he freaks out, and he's like, my ear's ripped off, and he acts like he's just...
It wasn't even an aggressive flick, right? It was
No,
it was just like
it was a tap. It wasn't even a flick. It was just like a tap behind the ear, and then he falls down in agony, trying to get that, however they play it.
the red card.
Yeah,
or
the card or
penalty
something.
kick.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. But I don't know. I showed you guys just earlier that video of what was it called?
The Key and Peele
Yeah,
sketch.
Key and Peele, and it's
That
like
was good.
he's like, I said, bitch. That's what the title is, and basically the video is it's like, these
How
these guys in the relationships and with their girlfriend, and then the guys get together and they're like, oh man, and they're just bitching about how they're just having a good bitch about
their wives.
About their wives and that. And you're like, oh, she was...
she asked me to pick to go to a restaurant or whatever. And he's like, I railed through 20 restaurants before I got to the one that I knew she wanted to go to. And when I said it, she's like, oh, yeah, if you want to.
If that's what you want to do.
If that's what you want to do.
And then he keeps on going. And he's like, oh, and I looked her dead in the eye. And I said... And then they look around for like 5 seconds.
Make sure no
dead
one's
quiet.
around.
And he's like... bitch. and then they just keep gradually building on that theme there. It's hilarious.
The next one, they're in the attic hiding.
Yeah, hiding in the attic.
The next one, they're hiding up in a tree.
Yeah. And then after that, they're in the open field. Yeah, no one around.
With binoculars.
And they still stop when he's like, and I looked her dead in the eye and I said, and then they just stop.
They're in this massive open field. They're the only ones there and they're looking around. They got binoculars
and then he says it, but then he gets a phone call and it's the wife. Hi. And then it ends with, I don't think you saw it, but it ends with, like, they're in space. They're, like, in a spaceship, out in space. And
he goes outside of the spaceship. And he, like, taps on the window and he goes, and I said, bitch! He's like, funny. Turns around and looks at Earth first. And then he looks
when I first saw it, I was just in tears. Like, I couldn't stop laughing. I thought it was great. A great concept, great idea.
Okay, that sounds kind of funny.
Yeah.
To watch all that.
But
so we might link that one.
Yeah. There's a lot of random stuff, that goes on in Reddit.
You just make it more work for me now. We're gonna have to chase you down for Reddit links every week.
But that's probably my favourite I had this week. So but yeah. Well
Patrick Brown's Reddit of the week.
We'll have to do a segment, little like intro.
Yeah, somebody make up a music intro for Patrick Brown's Reddit. Yeah. Patrick Brown's Reddit of the week. Pew, 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 pew. Reddit. I don't know.
That's good.
Okay, well, we might wrap it up and we'll go over this giveaway again. Mm-hmm. So, Patrick Brown, people want to find you online. Where can they go?
PatrickBrownArt.com. That's where you can find me for my official website. Also, deviantart.com/Patrick Brown. I think it's just Patrick Brown. And then, and you can search, you can search me on Facebook as well. Patrick Brown Art on Facebook.
Yeah, cool. Bobby Baxter?
Yep, .com.
www. And BobbyBaxter.com/Sean Connery impressions?
No. Nothing. And Bobby Baxter cartoons on the social medias in general.
And if you want to find the Bearded Geeks online, you can go to Facebook or facebook.com/BeardedGeeksPod, or on Instagram at the Bearded Geeks, on Twitter at Bearded Geeks Pod. If you want to buy a lovely Bearded Geeks t-shirt, you can go over to TeePublic and you can buy some stuff there, or a bloody mug. If you want to get a mug, drink your coffee out of Bearded Geeks mug. Bloody why not? Bloody why not, eh?
Yep.
Is that all we're on?
Blood not included.
Blood not included. So we might go over this giveaway one more time. So I think what we'll do is, by the time you listen to this, there'll be a Facebook post up telling you about the giveaway and what you need to do.
Yep.
You need to come listen to this episode, and what we want you to do is come up with a scenario, whether it's a sentence or it's 2 sentences or it's half a page. Probably not too much because we don't have to read too much if we don't have to. Just in a couple of sentences, come up, because Pennywise preys on people's fear. If Patrick Brown was to go up against Pennywise and his biggest fear was needles and blood, what scenario would Pennywise create to terrify Patrick Brown? And in this description that you come up with, you must include the word fear.
I'm not going to be able to read them, am I? I'm going to just drop if I read all these.
We should make him read them.
Patrick Brown reads them out loud. And then he came at me with a needle and I turned into a giant throbbing.
And then you start getting messages going, help, I'm in trouble.
Well, at least you know where
podcast fading.
At least you'll know who the winner is.
Mike 3.
You just put them all in front of me, and whichever one I drop to,
whichever one makes Pat the wooziest. Yeah, so if you want to do that, and again, if only one person comments, then that person wins. And it doesn't matter where you are in the world, we'll bloody send it to you. If it gets lost in the mail, there's not much we can do about it. So, Pat, we might get a shot of that shortly, and we'll
Yeah.
put it up on Facey.
Yep.
And I'll do the official post tomorrow.
Sounds awesome.
All right.
I'm excited.
So that was our episode this week. Next week, I've got no bloody idea. Is there anything out next week?
Oh, no, not sure.
This guy. He's got no idea. Shit, I don't know, Bob. Is there anything out next week? I got no idea.
Movies wise, no. No, I think it's pretty quiet at the
I don't
moment.
know. Maybe we'll do a topic next week.
We'll just have to do a Reddit episode then.
See you later, guys. I'll be here next week. All right, well, we'll come up with something. We always do.
Yep.
So, from all of us here in the Beard Cave, we want to say thank you to everyone who likes and shares and subscribes. If you want to win this sketch, you've got to listen to this episode. Include the word fear. What would Pennywise do to terrify Patrick Brown, including needles and blood?
Veiny blood.
Veins. Deep in the veins.
No.
Just, like,
Stop.
sliding in.
Get
Just like piercing through the outer
I'm
shell
gone.
of the- and it just spurts. He's actually gone.
He's actually gone.
I better go
guys.
check on him.
Better go check it. He'll hit his head on the fucking porcelain in
I
there
think
or
I just
something.
heard it go.
Oh, shit. All right, guys, we're going to go call an ambulance. Thanks very much. We'll see you all next week on the Bearded Geeks. Hey!
For Patrick.
Bob, call the ambulance.
Yep. He's alive.
No, he's alive, guys. Don't worry. We'll see you all next week.